Yo, did she really say that?
No, I think she did.
Let's get ready to rumble!
And in this corner, where I'm playing, y'all. I'm playing. Look, we almost have made it to the end of season 3 of Sistas, and we just gonna have fun. I'm just gonna have fun with the rest of these reviews and everything else, because we hung in there, we sticking it out, and we're being great fans, okay? But if this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, you already know what it is and what it always will be. Now, I know there are plenty of previews that have come out for episode 20, which is entitled We Got Time. So before I get to that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe if that's what you choose to do. But there are several previews. It's pretty much one long preview. They just chopped it up in like 3 separate ones. So it's not really much going on that has intrigued me in those reviews, in those previews, excuse me. So I'm just going to talk about Fatima and Karen, because this is the face-to-face that so many sister fans have been patiently waiting for. And we will get this face-to-face on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Oh, Father. You know, I got a question. Why is it that so many people believe that if Karen and Fatima were to get into a physical altercation, that Karen would get her ass beat? 98%. Okay. It's about 2% of us Karen fans who holding on. Now, let me just say this. Just because someone is a Karen fan or Karen just happens to be our favorite, it doesn't mean that we're anti-Fatima. Well, I can just talk about me. I'm not anti-Fatima. I like Fatima. Karen just happens to be a favorite of mine. But I'm like, everybody talking about Karen gonna get her ass beat. Karen don't want this smoke. Karen don't want that energy. Karen don't want that. Fatima got a gun. I'm like, Karen got a gun too. And Karen don't bust her gun. You feel me? Let me stop. But Karen did. I was always told you don't ever pull out a gun unless you intend to use it. So Fatima pulling out a gun and not doing nothing with it, that don't mean nothing. At least Karen popped by 4-5 bullets in homeboy ass, you know what I'm saying? So, but no, you know, I pray that we do not see these women get into a physical altercation. I do not believe that that's going to happen. What are they fighting about? Zach? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. But, you know, I just got to say this. Please remember, let's not forget that David slayed Goliath. So the lesson in that is never allow the size of your opponent to cause you to underestimate them. Because the way that Karen was carrying on, baby girl ain't scared of nobody. She ain't scared of nobody. But I think because she's so petite, everybody was like, she ain't got a chance. Karen ain't got a chance in hell, but I don't believe that. But, you know, that is not the way I want this situation to roll out, because these are grown women and they do not need to be, you know what I'm saying, to be doing that. Now, Fatima and Karen. Now, I think that we have, even though people wanted to see this face-to-face, just the way Tyler has Karen looking, it is... She look real dumb out here. I'm not understanding. But before we really get to that part, because I'm getting ahead of myself, I'm gonna fall back a little bit. So in the preview, we did see Maurice and Quincy, which I have no interest in. We saw a little bit of Andy and Robin, which I have no interest in. So that's why the only thing that was intriguing to me was Fatima and Karen. So at the end of episode 19, we see that Karen walks into the break room after she overhears Andy telling Fatima that she should move forward with Zach. And in the preview, we see that Karen, it is language in this review, okay? We see that Karen calls Fatima a bitch a few times. And not only does she call her a bitch, she also calls her a dumb bitch. I hate that word. I really do. I'll type it out and I'll write it, but I hate saying it because it sounds so degrading. It sounds like such a disgusting word. But anyway, Fatima tells her that she won't be too many of them names, and I don't blame her. Now, I answered this earlier. Do I want to see Fatima and Karen come to blows? Absolutely not. However, there does come a time in life when we all need a little bit of straightening. When it comes to this storyline, Fatima has handled herself in such a mature manner. Probably, definitely more mature than I would have handled myself. But, okay. Number one, she's never disrespected Karen. She's never called Karen out of her name. And she apologized a little too much for my liking after finding out that Zach was Karen's ex. Karen, on the other hand, I can understand her initial response or her initial reaction after finding out about Fatima and Zach. But her continual attitude towards Fatima has been uncalled for, in my personal opinion. And I really didn't like it because, honestly, Fatima was completely innocent in this whole thing when it came to how she got acquainted with Zach and how their situation turned into something more. I do want to say this. I want to say I think this is the first time that Fatima and Karen have seen each other since their brief talk at Andy's fake little wedding photo shoot. In real life, I have never understood why the ex-woman has a problem with the current. Never understood that. And honestly, I do not know what Karen's problem is. The truth is, I don't even think Karen has an issue with Fatima. Karen has a personal issue within herself. And I think that if Karen just really took the time out just to, take a breath, in all actuality, Fatima and Karen have a lot of similarities. And I know somebody just said, no, the hell they don't. No, they don't. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And I'm going to tell you something. So they both have been hurt deeply by men from their past. They both have men in their lives currently who genuinely have feelings for them. But because they are emotionally jaded, it causes them to be hesitant, which I don't blame them. This is a real thing. This is a real life thing that they're both dealing with. And it's scary. It's a scary thing to be completely vulnerable and open your heart to someone after you've been emotionally damaged. And this is where they both are at this very moment. Now, I don't know why I'm being led to say this. It's coming to me, so I'm going to say it. So hopefully it helps someone who's listening. I don't care if you're dating same sex, opposite sex, whatever. When you verbally communicate your fears, what the last person or persons did to you, how they hurt you, so on and so forth, and the person that you're with does at least one of those things that you told them, leave them. And I mean leave them ASAP. Don't allow them to hit you with that, baby, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. I love you. Let that BS go in one ear and out the other one. And especially with women, because I believe that as a whole, we are conditioned to believe that we are supposed to excuse toxic behavior. It's almost as if, we have put it in our minds to be used, abused, and misused when it comes to men. And there are great men out there who will treat us like we're supposed to be treated, so on and so forth. Don't get me wrong, men, I'm going to come at y'all too, because sometimes y'all deal with some no good women. There's no good women out there too. I'm not going to, not take that into consideration, because it is. And I just feel like we just all just have to get to a place of desiring better, of wanting better, and to expect better, and to demand better when it comes to these relationships. Excuse me. Now with Karen and Fatima, what's so sad though? When we first, their first meeting was at this girls' night dinner. And from that, we could actually and possibly see some type of friendship brewing, because I think out of everyone there, Fatima couldn't, even though her and Danny had, some well, they were sleeping with the same man, or they had slept with the same man. Fatima didn't know that her and Karen sharing a man, but I do believe that Fatima connected with Karen more than she did with any other girl, any other woman other than Andy. And it's just sad that when some women allow men to get in between that. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not believe it would ever be possible for Karen and Fatima to be friends. That's number one. But there doesn't have to be animosity between them. There doesn't have to be an issue or the elephant in the room. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we think places are big enough, but hey, more than likely, if you have been in the same area for some years and there's 6 of y'all at a table, 2 of y'all done shared somebody before. So that I don't find that to be so uncommon. I think that Fatima is in a place because she's already dealt with this thing with Zach bringing up Karen and lying about sleeping with her. And we know from the past episode that, Fatima was like, every time I think about you and Karen, it just gets me so effing mad. So it's a trigger. It is a trigger. And then there's one preview where, Karen and Fatima want to talk. I'm assuming without Andy being in the room, but that's not a good idea. That is not a good idea. I hope Andy stays there. But, this whole thing with this face-to-face, there does need to be a conversation. Because at some point, Karen got to move on. You know what I'm saying? She has to move on. There doesn't need to be. If I want to move on with this person, I will hope the other woman, even though she ain't really the other woman, that I will hope that there would be no interference. We could try to keep this as cordial as possible and respectful as possible. You don't have to like me. I don't have to like you. Now, I don't agree with Karen calling Fatima out of her name. It almost appeared to be, and a lot of us have already stated this, that it is misplaced anger. Because I believe that Karen really is mad at Andy. And I think I ended my review and I stated that, my review of the episode, and I stated that what Karen overheard, I know it had to be hurtful. Because Andy has made her stance as, I don't want to be in the middle. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say anything. Yet, someone who's supposed to be your best friend overhears you giving advice on a situation that you have, fervently stated that you didn't want to be a part of. So the issue really comes with Andy. And I just, this is so much damn drama. It's so much drama, but it's good. It's good. Tyler, I don't know why he waits until like the last 2 or 3 episodes to tend to, turn the oven to hot when you could have been had the oven on hot. I'm not even going to go there because that's not what this video is about. This video is about this rumble in the jungle that I hope does not happen. Because at the end of the day, what are they fighting for? I know a lot of people want this fight to happen. A lot of people want Fatima to, redecorate Karen's face. I know. Listen, I have been all up in these Facebook forums for sisters, and I have laughed. I really have laughed. And I'm like, damn, y'all really don't like Karen. I mean, not in the least bit, but fortunately, I don't think Tyler is going to do that. I think that because I think there is a scene where Zach and Karen have a conversation. I'm so tired of them and their conversations. What the hell do y'all need to talk about? Because, and I'm just tell y'all, I'm gonna go off on Zach when I do my review, because if he doing what I think he gonna do, because I'm like, baby boy, you have been so disrespectful to Aaron this entire time, and know that that is no justification for Karen to call Fatima out of her name. It really isn't. But let's not act like you didn't do the same thing. Let's not do that. So I am more intrigued with the conversation that Karen and Fatima will have rather than the hype of them laying hands on each other, because they're both of them are bigger than that, and both of them are I believe both of them are too mature to handle a situation in that manner. And so I just really want to see Tyler, Lord, please. I just want to see Tyler, demonstrate or display what it means when black women can have a conflict, talk about it, and leave each other the hell alone. Because honestly, Andy is their only middle person. She is the only variable that connects them two. Because Karen and Zach have no reason to talk. They have no children. They have no businesses. They have nothing that they have worked together on. So their conversations really just need to cease and stop. Because at the end of the day, why do we need to talk again? I just don't understand it. But we shall see on Wednesday for episode 20 entitled We Got Time. I wasn't trying to make this no long video. I really just came to have a little bit of fun and talk about this supposed middle heavyweight boxing match that ain't gonna happen. But yeah, I just want to come and bring that to y'all. I hope y'all have a good weekend. And I will holler at y'all later. Until next time. One.